need me to take this home? Do you need me to take this out of your hands?
Do you have paper towels you need to take home?
Yep.
Oh my god. Do you have any?
Toilet paper?
Is there toilet paper you have that you take?
My mom is like the reverse of that, where she just hands me stuff and is like, "This is yours now. Take it."
My mom doesn't give me anything, and I don't ask for anything.
Well, aren't you
This is exactly how I'll be.
Ah.
Now he's throwing a fit because we told him no.
Is that what he's doing?
He's gonna.
Rebecca, that's way too close.
Stop.
That is way too close.
Make sure he's on. Wait, did I even fix it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Uh-huh. How many of these articles did you read?
That's a great question. Let's see. I read through that. No. I looked at everything.
Okay. So I read that one. That one's just a video, but we can talk about it if we want to. And if we're on.
Okay, I did read about the whole Olympic camera guy.
Yeah.
thing,
Just.
because it wasn't the dude that focused, it was the dude that chose the camera shot.
Well, I mean, it was a joint effort.
And then I did read that.
This guy I thought was funny just because he was like, I mean.
It was like, I need enough cardio to make it 45 seconds.
Yeah. I'm either going to make it or I'm going to have a heart attack. So I did read those. I haven't read any of these, but we can throw them up there just in case.
Oh, we're on. We're live.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Oh, great.
Okay, cool.
Oh, man, those are.
Just using ad blockers.
Oh.
You're going to need to disable ad blockers, Nathan.
Over my dead body. Over my
Speaking of dead bodies.
body. I'll talk about it.
No.
This is why I use ad blockers, and this is why news sites suck, and I bet KBZ is the same way.
Uh-huh. Now everybody watching wants to know what we were talking about with dead bodies and why I'm saying you can't talk about it.
Can't talk about the dead bodies.
Told you not to mention
It's family friendly. Okay. You ready?
I'm ready.
You sure you're ready?
No, but it's time to go. It's time we're ready.
I'm going to put the ones we haven't read on that side. And I haven't read the 10 ways to have a better conversation. Did you?
I scanned through it, yes.
Okay, perfect. I can actually lead into this one from this one.
Mm-hmm.
So that works. And then, I don't know, the freaking Olympics are going on, so that shouldn't be too hard, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. You ready?
Show prep done.
Show prep is done. Do you feel ready for this?
Mm-hmm.
Do you?
No, but yes.
Like, I just got hit by a wave of unreadiness.
Well, we're live.
I know, like, we have to go. I just have to, like, get my mind into it, you know?
Uh-huh. Yeah, just jump in. You'll become alive. Meanwhile, I'm reading the article.
2000 Jahre später.
That one's from the Hawkins episode.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you know what? I'm going to buy some time here.
Nobody's watching, right?
Nope.
Okay.
What the heck? Ben's watching. It doesn't say. Okay, hold on.
You should probably start.
Look. It shows nobody is watching.
That's because Ben knows how to manipulate that.
It's a hacker, man.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, fine. I gotta find this music bed and then just in case we talk about that story. You think we will?
About what story?
The Titanic story?
Oh, yeah, I read that one.
You read that one?
Mhm.
Okay, perfect. Then I will grab it.
You didn't grab it earlier when I said to grab it?
No, I was
Oh.
grabbing other things.
Okay. That sounds bad.
I agree. Oh, shoot. What is that song called?
My heart will go on.
Thank you.
Good thing we didn't start yet.
Oh, you haven't started?
That was quick.
Thank
That was quick, Jay West. My gosh.
you.
A master brewer.
That Nathan's right there?
Yeah, it's coffee. I mean, that's coffee, that's tea.
That's hot.
Why would you hold it over the equipment like that?
I couldn't think of another way to pass it. I'm not getting down.
No, I could have given it. That's what I'm saying.
Thank you for stopping by.
Jay West, we appreciate you.
He's asking to be on the show tonight, and we didn't let him. So he brought us tea and coffee and tried to be on the show, and he was really disappointed we weren't actually doing the show yet.
You ever feel like you married a child?
Mhm.
You should.
It's a really nice child, though. That's really helpful.
It says 0 viewers for Ben as well. That's what she said.
What?
He said, "Don't say it, Michael." That's from
Oh,
whenever
okay.
I
Okay.
said the thing that sounded like a
Mhm.
thing. Yeah, you remember. You
The
remember.
part where you said you were grabbing stuff?
Yep, that's the one. Do you remember the 21st night of September? Boy, I gotta sneeze. Oh.
Is that a sneeze or a cough?
It's a sneeze.
Just a reminder, Nathan's birthday is on Monday.
Ew, look how greasy my forehead looks. What the heck? Do you
Doesn't
see
look
that?
greasy?
Yeah, it does.
It's got a glow, but it's not greasy.
Compared to yours, I need to borrow some foundation. Ooh, that reminds me. I have a video to show you after. Big delay. Yeah, I actually noticed that there's a big delay even in our what is this even called? Streaming monitor. In the live studio on Restream. I think sometimes Restream kind of just does that occasionally. Not all the time, but occasionally. Okay, we've been streaming for 10 minutes and we still have not started recording. Are you ready finally?
I have been ready. That was on you.
All right. I feel like I need to blow my nose, but we're just going to rock it. Hope I don't snot rocket. Nope, I gotta blow it.
What a great start.
I gotta blow it out. Do you have Kleenexes down here?
No, you have to go to Zach's
Why
bathroom.
don't you have Kleenexes down here? Well, hang out with Ben.
Hey, it's Pepperoni. Yeah, Pepperoni. This is the podcast. And then he says, never mind. Yeah, Nathan is taking his time getting started today. For some reason, he just doesn't feel ready and kind of panicked and didn't start the show. So if you were running late by 22 minutes, you're good because Nathan still is not ready to start. And he ran to go blow his nose real quick. So here we are. Just waiting on Nathan. We do have a phone call to make tonight. There should be a good surprise on the other end. So excited about that. We were supposed to make that phone call a couple minutes ago, though. So Pepperoni says, cool. Cool. Just sitting here waiting. So, how was your guys' day? Is it good? Mine was like breaking news on steroids today. It was like pretty stressful. And I fell asleep before the podcast. Hey, there he is. He's back.
I don't know if it's any better or not, but pepperoni. No, we haven't started the podcast yet. Rebecca keeps delaying it. Are you ready? Let's go.
Mm-hmm.
Shall we begin?
Okay, it's happening. Everybody stay calm. What's the procedure?
It's time. Did you just say it's time?
Stay calm!
Sometimes I'll start a sentence, and I don't even know where it's going. I just hope I find it along the way. Like an improv conversation. Improvisation.
That's pretty much this podcast summed up.
It's like you knew how it was going to go.
Oh, yeah. Come on.
Was it at the point that I was asleep on the floor that you decided this is what our intro is going to be?
It was at the point whenever I looked through our show prep titles and articles and thought, there's nothing here to make an intro out of. I'm just going to wing this. Make it about nothing at all.
Okay.
Which is basically what the show is
That's
about.
what it's usually about.
Nothing at all.
Last weekend, we had really exciting weekends to talk about. This weekend, I don't know that anything exciting really happened. Not with me anyway. You?
This past weekend, what happened? Nothing. Nothing at all.
Nothing at all. You said you had plans on Saturday because I had asked you Friday if you wanted to hang out on Saturday and you shot me down.
I did have plans.
What were those plans?
I had to raid with the boys.
Uh-huh. That's okay.
So, you know,
Nathan, those are good plans. Those are good plans.
we headed into the Deep Stone Crypt and took out Tanix the Abomination, and you know, now Europa is safe thanks to us. Also took my brother Daniel through the raid for the first time. He's our backup for we need 6 people to do a raid,
Yeah.
and whenever we don't have a 6th person, Daniel, my brother, is the backup.
Wow, Daniel, how do you feel that you're the backup?
Oh, he knows. I think he's just happy
But
to
how
be.
does
He's
he
like
feel about
he's like the
that?
bench warmer. You know, they're just happy at the fact that they get to be a part of the team, let alone get to play occasionally.
Kind of like the skateboarder at the Olympics.
Exactly. Holy, oh my gosh.
That's called a transition if you never see what.
The intro music isn't even over and we're getting into it. Rebecca, that made me a little excited. I
Oh,
don't
yeah.
know
Well,
why.
when we're delayed this far, you might as well just keep moving it along.
Well, let's talk about this guy, the 46-year-old African skateboarder who finally wowed his mom at the Tokyo Games. Did you read this article?
Yeah, and do we have confirmation that his mom was wowed, or was she like,
I know.
really? Because you were like the only one to send. So
I think at 46, his mom is probably less impressed at his skateboarding and more impressed at the fact that he can actually do all that at 46.
okay, so the 46-year-old skateboarder went to the Olympics. He was chosen out of he's the best. He's the best that Africa has. 46. He was competing against 12-year-olds at the Olympics. But it's okay because he said he only needs to have enough cardio to make it 45 seconds.
That's true.
And you know, he succeeded in doing that. He's never had a job interview, never had a real job, he said. He just loves skateboarding.
Skateboarding is this man's life.
And apparently it's not a big thing in Africa. But
Skateboarding?
yeah, because he didn't have a lot of competition. You know what's really sad? He was almost the oldest person at the Olympics.
Yeah, he didn't even win that
Yeah, I
title.
know. Another guy beat him by 8 months.
Oh no. The Danish destroyer beat him of all people.
And he
so.
didn't win anything, but he did go to the Olympics, and that's an accomplishment in and of itself.
I love this guy's attitude. This is an actual quote. He said, "I'm not going to win. I'm not going to
Not
get a
that
medal,
attitude.
but like I am legitimately the best guy in Africa, so by default, the best guy in Africa goes to the Olympics." Like he knows he's not the best in the world.
But he knows he's the best guy in Africa.
He's like, who else are they going to send? They've got to send somebody.
I mean, that's an accomplishment still. If I was the best in Kansas, I'd be like, hey, I'm the best in Kansas. Like,
Yeah.
that's a pretty big deal.
No, that's huge.
Uh-huh.
Um,
Just not the best in the world.
getting on a side tangent for a second off the Olympics, talking about like the best in Kansas and stuff. Because listen, esports is becoming a thing, right? It has been for like over a decade at this point. And I have some friends that were at some point like top 5 in Kansas in their e-sport, their video game of choice.
Yeah.
And that is kind of a nuts feeling. You know, I always thought growing
Just
up
to be the top at anything?
Yeah, I always like that was one of the questions growing up, playing so many hours of video games that I played. Like, I put a lot of hours into this. Surely I'm in like the double digits of top players in Kansas. In America, no way. No way. But like little 13-year-old Nathan playing Halo 3, surely I was like top 20 in Kansas.
Oh, in Kansas.
In Kansas. No, in Kansas. You know?
Maybe in your county.
There's always, definitely in my county, there is always somebody who's better, though. In fact, I went to a Halo 5 tournament. Halo 5, not Halo 3. This is several years. I was an adult.
I wouldn't want to mix those two up.
Very different games. Very different games.
Yeah.
Nope, and that would have been embarrassing for everybody involved. Halo 5, I went to a Halo 5 doubles tournament with the kid Grant's little brother, actually. I went with Grant, my roommate's little brother. He's also the guy who was like top 5 in video game, not Halo 5, unfortunately, in Kansas. But anyway, it was Super Smash Bros. Melee. This is a tangent that I did not anticipate getting on, and it's going for a long time now, but let me finish. That's
okay. We're going to have a conversation here in a little bit about tips for having a conversation.
Oh, perfect, because I need those. Anyway, so we went to a doubles tournament at the Microsoft store in the Oak Park Mall. Rip in peace. Doesn't exist anymore. And we didn't win. And me and Dallas are like, bro, like, we are good. Like, we've got to be some of the best players in Kansas. But we weren't even the best players in the Oak Park Mall that day. And that stung a little bit. But this guy, he was a no-life. He had a jersey.
A lot of guys playing in their mom's basement.
If there's somebody who goes to a local tournament wearing a video game jersey, just pack up your controller. Just roll up the wire, go home. Like, if he's willing to put on a jersey for a local tournament.
Speaking of double competition, so we've been getting...
Wait, hold on. Okay, so Pepperoni and Commando Bar, a.k.a. my brother, are watching online on YouTube and Twitch, respectively. Pepperoni said he set a few world records in The Crew, which is a fun racing game. I'm not surprised by that at all. Anyway, continue.
Speaking of doubles competition, so my son, we've been talking about him every week. We've been doing a life update with Zach because he had that adorable meet cute at the For King and Country concert.
A what cute?
Meet cute.
A meet cute.
That's like in a movie where a couple like meets in a unique way. It's called a meet cute.
Interesting.
Anyway, so because of the rainstorm, he was forced under the awning with this girl, and they end up getting to talk to each other, and he asks for her contact information after the concert. Well, at least for her social media after the concert. And they ended up, the update last week was they had gone on their first date and had already scheduled a second date.
Wow.
So we're going to give him a call again this week. I think we should just keep this going, like his life update.
Should we start taking wagers on how soon before the wedding?
Well, let's give him a call and find out how it's going, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
I'm excited.
Hello?
Hey, Zacchaeus?
Yes.
Hey, you're on air.
Okay.
So we're calling for a life update.
Okay.
Last week, you had explained that you had gone on your first date with this girl that you met at the For King and Country concert, and that you had a second date planned.
Yeah.
So we're wanting to know how that went.
It actually went really, really good. We were going to go go-karting, but then that actually didn't work out. So we ended up going to the arcade, and it was really cool. She ended up ripping at Pac-Man.
Yeah.
She did really, really good. Pretty impressive. So after that, we went back to our house so that she could meet you, which went pretty good.
I
would
really
say.
like her. Real
That's
nice
good.
girl.
So after that, we went to a KC sporting game. That was my first ever sporting game. And she bought me a really nice shirt, and we got to go and have
A
popcorn
vintage
chicken.
sporting Casey shirt.
You don't
Yeah,
even
they're
like
vintage.
soccer.
Nathan's straight up angry over here.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so so that date, it went really well.
Went really, really well. Yes, it did.
Any
So
more?
we got,
Any
Got
more in the
double
future?
really.
yes. So actually, we're currently on a date right now.
You are?
What?
I am on a date right now. Yeah.
Can we say hi to her?
Yeah, you can. Here she is.
Hi,
Hi, Kennedy. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. So we've been giving life updates every week on what Zacchaeus has been doing since he met you. So now that he's been on enough dates, we can let you know like all the inside information of all the conversations we've had about you and the pictures that were in Zacchaeus' phone when he took a screenshot of your social media account. You know, all of that stuff. So this is the other surprise. We've been talking about you on the show every week and an update of how you're connecting.
Really?
So how would you say things are going?
I think they're really good. They're great. I'm really enjoying myself.
I don't believe it for a second. Not for a second.
So you're on date number what?
4.
4.
Is he forcing you to say that?
Nope.
And what's this date? What are you guys doing right now?
We just got done with a walk around the amphitheater in the park, and now we're going to go back home and probably watch the rest of the first season of Outer Banks.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then we might start the second season. It depends. We'll see what time it is.
Tonight?
Yeah, possibly. Just depends on what
Buster,
time.
you got to be home by 9:30, Bucko.
Oh,
You better
uh-huh.
start hoofing it back.
That's an hour away. I live that far.
You better get your butt over here.
All right, you two enjoy your date.
Thanks.
Bye.
All right, bye.
Oops. Wrong one.
I was like, wow, you have like audio ready to go right after that conversation. Okay, so seriously though, like how crazy is this?
It is insane. Sorry, there was something in the background playing. I had a this relationship thing. How crazy
yeah,
is that?
like that it's just taken off. Like it worked.
You know, when it's there, it's there. When the click happens, bing, bang, bong. You know what I'm saying?
I'm going to tell you, this boy has taken all of his mom's advice.
Which
Is
just
really smart and has worked really, really well. Do you know what I suggested that he do tonight before he left?
Use some mouthwash
No, I told him to go for a walk.
before leaving.
No, while he was there. I said, don't just watch a show the whole time. Go for a walk.
Oh.
And what was he doing when we called?
Going for a walk. What a freaking suck up. Just wait. Just wait till she learns that you're just walking him through here. You know what, Rebecca?
Hold on. When Zach took a screenshot of the profile picture, I went to her mom's social media, took a picture of her to send to Nathan because Nathan asked what she looked like, not because he was being creepy.
You got to make sure brother's staying in line. All right. And if he's running after some 4 whenever he
You
fully
considered her a
deserves.
top tier choice of the selection there that night.
And that's why I didn't immediately rush to his side and drop kick him off the freaking bleachers.
So anyway, I took the screenshot, sent it to Nathan, and sent it to Zacchaeus. And then he went to go take a picture of her Instagram because the Wi-Fi wasn't working. And that's when the picture popped up because it was the last thing in his album. And he was like, oh, shoot. And he tried to get rid of it real quick. Well, anyway, we were able to explain it to her now. We were able to reveal all of those secret things.
Fortunately, she is a pretty cool individual by the sound of it, so that isn't going to, like,
She is.
push her off. Whenever you met her, how was that experience?
When I first met her,
Not at the concert.
Oh, like
I mean,
when
like
she was
the other
here.
day, yeah.
It was great. Like, I was just super excited to meet her, and I feel like I know her already.
Yeah.
Because I've stalked her social media and her mom's social media, and you know, I've helped Zacchaeus every step of the way with his conversations and planning and everything. I saved him from a catastrophic event on Saturday.
Really?
So Friday night, right before the night before the date, he went out to get flowers. I told him to make sure to bring her flowers and bring her mom flowers too.
Yeah.
But take her mom less flowers than you bring her.
Okay.
Like, get her a smaller bouquet. What does the boy do?
Same amount.
Same amount. He goes and gets 24 red roses.
That's a different event.
It's a bad choice. It's not the worst. He could have gone with no flowers, but as he's walking through the parking lot, everybody's like shouting at him, like,
Right.
oh, somebody's been a bad boy.
Because you got 24 roses.
Yeah, red roses.
Because of the implication.
Yes. And so he gets home with them, and I see that, and I'm like, oh, you got red roses? And he's like, dang it. I tried to call you, and you didn't answer your phone.
Oh, my.
And I was like, I'm sorry. Well, you know, red roses mean love, and you definitely cannot give the red roses to her mom. I mean, you can give her the red roses, but I would suggest not giving her the red roses. And he's like, I already spent like $12 a dozen on these.
That's not a bad deal.
That's a pretty good deal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
what the heck
So-
for red roses? Where'd you get them?
Yeah,
Hy-Vee?
we got them at Dillon's. So I was like, here's the deal.
Duly noted.
I am going to keep the 24 red roses for myself, and I will pay for your new bundles of roses or
My mom
flowers.
would have made me pay for that mistake.
Of flowers. So I didn't answer my phone, and this was my idea anyway. He was unsure of himself already. I should have had my phone on me. Anyway, I'm trying to help the boy out.
Okay,
I gotta
whatever.
get
You
this
want
boy
him out of your
married off
house. I get it.
eventually. So I went to Dillon's with him that next morning, and we picked out a full bouquet of pink mixed flowers. There were some roses in there and just other pretty flowers. And then I got her mom a small little bouquet that goes into like a mason jar. Super pretty. And then I came home and I wrapped them all up in tissue paper and tied them up real nice and made them look really pretty so that they were really presentable when he handed them to her.
Nice.
He said it went over great, and her mom was just loved the flowers. And
she also loves the idea of getting her daughter out of the house finally. She's 23, but gosh, I thought she was never going to get out of here.
also he met the dad,
Oh.
which he was really nervous about. Like, he had the poops.
His dad did?
No, Zacchaeus, because he
Oh.
was really nervous about meeting the dad.
Yeah.
And Zacchaeus pulled up in his like car with the tune and all the pops and the bangs and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And so he was a little nervous, like, is the dad gonna like his car?
What is this kid? Pops and bangs, and what is this, a smart car?
Most people are like, something's wrong with that car.
That's what I would think.
So the first thing the dad says is, I really like your car.
He's in.
And he said, is that a Fiat? And Zacchaeus was like, yep.
Baby.
And he goes, I used to own one of those.
Oh, he's in.
He's in.
He's in.
He's in.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is all we needed to know.
You're all invited to the wedding. I'll let you know when it is.
Next week, at this rate. Just kidding. Just kidding. They're not getting married yet.
Yeah.
Yet.
We do really like her, though.
Good. I'm glad. So how long are you gonna give him step-by-step tutorials on?
As long as he's asking. See, sometimes, like, when he asks me a question, I just say, you've got this. Like, you're doing great already. And then sometimes I'm like, I think this is an area where he may need assistance.
I'm learning something about myself.
Okay.
Can I go on another video game tangent?
Can I stop you?
Yes. I have been playing way more video games recently than I previously had. I have extra time on my hands, hence the video game stories. I've been playing through a game called Dark Souls. It's notorious in the video game community as being like extra difficult. And everybody's like it's a rite of passage. Like, you're good at games. Have you beat Dark Souls? So I've been playing through that along with Grant, my roommate, and our friend Sam, and our other friend Joel. And Grant and Sam have both played through it before, so they know the secrets, the hints, and all that stuff. Me and Joel have never played through it before. So early on, I found myself asking questions throughout this game. But recently, I've stopped because I realized if I became dependent on asking them questions, then I will learn slower than if I just force myself to make the mistakes to learn. So instead of asking them, okay, how do I beat this boss? I just go at it until I fail and I fail and I fail. And then I go, okay, why did I fail those 3 times? Gotcha. Now I know. And so then I get better.
But are you Googling these things and like
no
watching YouTube videos to help yourself get better?
Okay, I watched one tutorial. It was like one of the hardest boss fights. There's 2 of them, and one's really big, and he's slow, and he hits hard, and the other one's really fast, but he also hits hard, and they get split up sometimes. And so anyway, so that one was really hard.
I'm just saying there's nothing wrong with seeking advice and asking questions, even if that is like Googling things.
Listen, yes.
You've taught me that.
And I have Googled more things, more of like information as far as like what stats do what and what to build into, that kind of thing that I would normally just ask them. Again, the whole learning process. But I've learned something about myself, and that is my life would be a lot easier if I didn't have the pride issue and I could just ask them questions. Because a lot of times I'm like, I don't want to ask them a question on how to beat this boss. I want to beat it by myself. And then it's 2 hours of trying later that I still haven't beat it, and then I got to ask a question. So that has influenced not just my video game life, but also whenever it comes to talking to girls and stuff, I find myself not asking any questions or taking anybody's hints. I just go at it the way I want. But girls are a lot less forgiving than video game bosses. They don't let you fail and fail and fail again.
Yep. Not when you're trying to make first impressions.
Most of the time you get one shot. And my strategy in video games, my first try taking down a boss, I want to get as far into the thing as possible so that I can get a feel of the surroundings and like what I can do and how things are going to respond to certain attacks and everything. With a girl, if you just go hard in that first text, doesn't work.
No.
So
you've got to be strategic. You've got to strategize.
Right. So I admire Zach for his humility in asking you questions, but at the same time, they're gonna get married and he's gonna run into an issue, and you're gonna be like, buddy, you're 46. You got to figure this one out on your own.
So like I said, there's a certain point where I say, you've got this. You're good to go. You know the answer to this. What?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, and with talking to the girls, the boss changes every round.
They change every single round. There's no way to prepare for the next battle. Yes! See, Ben gets it. Also, what's up, Richard?
I think it's always good when you're trying to meet a girl to ask another girl advice. And not another girl that you could risk that likes you.
Yeah.
Because that would be really devastating to that girl.
That was kind of a hard thing whenever I was like in Springfield. And because they'd be like, so who do you like? And I'm like, well, I'm not going to freaking tell you. Because what if they're trying to fish out like whether or not I like them? And if I don't tell them, is that friendship like over? If I'm just like, yeah, not you, you know?
Yeah.
Is that going to happen?
No, you were wise by not answering that.
Great. And it worked out. 4 years later, they got married. And I attended the wedding. It was in Nebraska.
All right, I think we should shift this to how to have a proper conversation, because this might help you in like entering the dating world again.
Okay. Yeah, I like that.
Or with anything in life, because I was working very hard today, and this came up on my Amazon show, or your Amazon show that you left at my house, as a suggestion. And I was like, I'm actually curious about this article. It was like 10 tricks to have 10 ways to have better conversations. And
I'm interested.
always working at trying to be a better listener and have better conversations. This podcast does not count because we have to continue a conversation without stopping for an entire hour. So
Yeah, if there's like awkward silence or something, it's
It
not
just-
like,
it
oh, just
doesn't
let it
work.
happen. No, you can't.
So we have to throw out all those rules when it comes to podcasting. But when you're listening to a friend or a girl that you just met, or for you ladies out there, a guy that you just met, these are solid tips and things. I've found several things I need to work on here.
All right. You want to just go in? You want to have you read through this?
I've briefly scanned through them.
So you want to go through like one at a time and talk
Sure,
about them?
I'll start with the first one. So don't multitask. Be present. Be in the moment. So in other words, don't be doing something else when somebody really needs to talk to you about something. And we're not talking about like casual friends hanging out. We're like talking about somebody's like, hey, I need to talk to you about this. So
You
don't
just stop
don't
what
just,
you're
like,
doing.
Don't get up and be like, oh, this is going to be a while and start like doing the dishes and cleaning the house if somebody like legit needs to listen. Now,
Okay.
that being said, you can go for a walk or go on a drive just as long as you're not investing your time in something else that person is not doing.
Gotcha. So like whenever Grant and I talk in the apartment, I'll usually start doing something, and it's not because I don't want to listen or have this conversation. It's because I feel awkward if I just stop everything I'm doing to like listen.
That's
Because then he's
okay
like,
if
oh, then it's like,
casual
oh, don't let me
conversation.
like stop you.
But if he has something serious he wants to talk to you about, you should give him your undivided attention.
Stop cooking the macaroni and just pay attention.
Yeah.
Okay. Do we just let the macaroni burn in that case, or?
No. I mean, finish it up real quick.
I mean, it takes like 10 minutes sometimes. You think he's still gonna have it on his chest after that time? Should I just like call it a loss?
What's number 2?
Number 2 is don't pontificate. You did number 1 so that I had to read that word. Don't pontificate. Pontificate is a verb which means to speak or write and give your opinion about something as if you knew everything about it and as if only your opinion was correct.
So, guys, new word today, pontificate, means don't act like you know everything already.
I know a few people who do that.
Yes, and it is the most annoying thing ever.
So I have a question. Does this classify as like what a lot of people will try to like, I won't even say they try to one-up you, but it sounds like they're trying to one-up you. Where they're like, oh my gosh, I know all about that. Here's what happened to me. But instead of like saying that, it's just like, oh yeah, this happened to me. You know?
A good example of this would be I have an acquaintance that I speak to on a daily basis. And whenever there's a subject we're discussing, this person will say, actually, and they'll give what the facts are, what their facts are on that subject. And it's literally like every topic that we come to, that person says, actually, and gives us like the true lowdown on everything.
You hold on, where did that thing go? You continue with that.
On the don't pontificate.
No. Sorry. You
The
do that.
next one, number 3, use open-ended questions. So don't ask things where somebody would say yes or no. Ask them things like, what was that like? Or how did you feel? Because if you ask questions like that, then people will keep talking and have a better response. This is something that I'm pretty good at doing because I interview for a living and I cannot ask closed-end questions. I cannot ask yes or no questions. I have to ask like, so how did that make you feel? Or what was your thought process when you were going through that? Or yeah, things like that to get somebody to really like tell the story about what they're experiencing at that time.
Gotcha. Here's number 4 is to go with the flow.
Do you need help with this?
No, I actually forgot that there was text underneath it. Sorry, there was somebody in the YouTube chat. People were posting inappropriate things.
Again?
That's the second time.
Guys, Friday
That's
night, somebody just was posting inappropriate things.
Yeah, it was very unsettling. Guys, there are kids who watch this. I don't appreciate that. Almost everyone is guilty of thinking of a really interesting point while someone is speaking and then waiting impatiently for the person to finish to jump in. Don't do that. You got to go with the flow, which I hate, by the way. You have it's like an itch, whenever you have that thought that could go along with the conversation, and then the conversation leads to a different direction where it's no longer relevant.
And you don't get to share your really good story.
Yeah.
Being in radio, we have to be ready with a story at all times. So when I'm having just a casual conversation with somebody, I have to remind myself, we're not on a radio show. You don't need to tell your story right now.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes I have to hold back and not tell my story. I'm making a sacrifice to say, you know what? I do have a really good story to go along with this, but nobody cares except for me. And it's okay that I don't share this. Someday I'll have my moment to share my story. And I hope that other people will give me the same respect I'm giving these people right now by not sharing the story.
Sharing the story.
Itching to share.
You are so kind.
Yeah, I'm not always great at that, but I try to always keep that in mind.
All right, I am no longer distracted. Number 5.
Well, it's my turn. So number 5, if you don't know, say you don't know. One of the biggest mistakes you can make on your coffee chat is to lie. Makes you look unreliable and untrustworthy.
Mm-hmm. That was another one I had to learn. I don't know. I have no idea.
Yeah.
No idea what you're talking about.
So,
I'll even say that sometimes. I have no idea what you just said.
I struggle with this sometimes. Just, I try to think of anything that I know and make it sound as smart as I possibly can. And I need to just get better at saying, you know what, I just don't know the answer to that.
Yeah. It kind of goes along with whenever you can't hear somebody and being like, what? Sorry, I still didn't hear.
That is the worst. When you've asked 3 times and now you feel like the idiot and they're getting frustrated. What am I doing wrong that you're not hearing what I'm saying?
I just embrace it and I'm like, listen, I'm going to be real. I still did not hear. I have no idea what you just said. No clue at all. Did you just read number 6?
I read number 5.
Well, I'm going to read number 6 then.
Good, because you're supposed to.
Don't equate your experience with theirs. If they're talking about the trouble they've had at work, don't tell them how much you hate your job. I struggle with this one as well. I'm just a really bad conversationalist, I'm realizing.
I did this to my best friend Beth yesterday.
Oh, really?
And I realized it at the moment that I did it.
Rebecca, while your attempts to show empathy are admirable, you shouldn't always be the hero of every story. The best thing you can do is give the other person the space they need to tell their story, listen, and lend support if needed.
Yeah, I suck at that.
Yeah, me too. I could have, if we had read this about 2 weeks ago, that would have been great, because then the Let's Be Honest wouldn't have just been me being like, oh, you think you have it bad? Let me tell you how.
Like I said, our actual show does not apply because we have to do conversation differently on here.
True.
No, my friend Beth was talking about a bad situation at her job, and I was like, yeah, listen to what happened at my job today. And I was like, dang it, you know what? I'm telling myself this. You should have just listened to her and let her be the first and only person to complain about her job yesterday.
But at that point, it's too late to back out. You can't be like, actually, never mind. No, never mind.
I did go back. After I had texted my thing, I'm like, so tell me more about what happened with so-and-so.
But no, really, go on. I'm interested. Seriously.
I felt like such an idiot. Anyway, number 8, stay out of the weeds. Frankly, people don't care about the years, the names, the dates, all those details that you're struggling to come up with in your mind. They don't care. What they care about is you. Skip those details. Cut to the chase.
I've talked to a lot of people who are like, okay, so last Saturday, wait, no, it was
2 Saturdays ago.
Was it 2 Saturdays?
I think it was
Oh my
10.
gosh, wait a minute. No,
Was it 10 a.m.?
I'm stupid. It wasn't even Saturday. It wasn't even Saturday. Okay, ignore everything I just
Friday
said.
night at 10 p.m.
Yeah, and you're like, oh, I honestly, it could have been an hour ago. I don't really care. Like, the day is not relevant to me at all. It's a good thing to know.
Mm-hmm.
Also, good thing to keep in mind because a lot of people struggle with that one. 7, try not to repeat yourself. You skipped 7, by the way.
Oh. Number 7, try not to repeat yourself.
Try not to repeat yourself. Put simply, it's boring, especially in work conversation. We have a point to make, so we just keep rephrasing it over and over again. If you do feel like you have a tendency to ramble, try to turn the conversation back to the other person. Ha! Over my dead body. Are you kidding me? I got to get that thought off my mind.
And number 9, listen. The most important thing to remember is you are listening to understand, not just to reply, since the brain can process what we hear far quicker than how fast someone speaks. Our mind fills in the blank spaces in between what the other person is saying. Our job is to focus on the other person's responses, ask insightful questions, and not wait for the conversational trigger to transition talk back to us. Do you ever feel like you're like floating above your body, like when somebody's like talking for a really long time and you lose interest in what they're talking about and you just like
have an out of body experience, but it's like not a good
go
one.
somewhere else for a while?
Yeah. Actually, and we can talk about this in a little bit, but I will start daydreaming in the middle of the conversation, and it's like I'm sitting there with a rope on all my like all my brain cells. I'm like, no, come back, come back, no, they're still talking. Trying to put stuff together.
Yeah.
And number 7, try not to repeat yourself.
Stop it.
Do you get it?
Number 10.
Be brief. Boxers?
No.
Be briefs. Just get to the point. Don't over-explain. That kind of goes along with the stay out of the weeds one. Are you giving them too much information that they don't need to know? Absolutely. Every single time. I've proved that twice in just this podcast. Say what you need to say, then stop talking and listen to what the other person has to say. Again, one of those things that don't really like go along with the podcast format because you're kind of supposed to fill the void.
Mm-hmm.
But
what's this text say on our screen? I can't read it.
Oh, let me move it over. Why is that text so small? I feel like it got smaller.
Because you moved it to the other computer screen.
Oh, you're right. I did.
Mm-hmm.
You're so smart.
I know. Thank you.
Unless you're giving a presentation, tell them what you're... I'm just moving the text around the screen. Sorry, this sucks as a podcast. Unless you're giving a presentation, tell them what you're going to tell them. Tell them what you're telling them. Then tell them what you just told them. As far as like don't repeat yourself.
Yeah, that's accurate. That's how you give a presentation.
That's true. You tell them... And then you tell them again.
But a presentation isn't presentation. Am I saying that right? That doesn't sound like
no, you nailed it.
Presentation.
Yeah, good job.
Okay, it just sounded weird. Anyway, that is not a conversation, so that's different.
Okay. Well, back to the daydreaming thing.
Yeah.
A study was done recently that says focus is important to productivity.
And conversations.
But daydreaming is what makes us happy.
So do you want to be happy or do you want to be productive?
Right? Because a lot of people say that a wandering mind is an unhappy mind. Like, you know, if you like stay focused, you'll get what you're doing done and then you'll be happy because you got that thing done. But researchers have, and they call it mind wandering in this research, but they're saying that mind wandering in the positive sense.
Do you mean mind
is good.
wandering?
What did I say?
Wandering?
What did you say?
Wandering?
And I said?
Wandering?
You're saying the same thing.
Wandering?
No, you're saying the same
wondering.
thing.
Wander, wonder. Wander, wonder.
You're saying the same thing.
I'm not.
You 100%.
You're out of your freaking mind.
All right. You're one to talk, telling me what I'm pronouncing wrong.
That's true. But in this case, you were actually saying that wrong.
Anyway, so basically this article summed up is like, hey, if you're thinking about like depressed things, like conversations that were kind of depressing, like situations that made you upset or whatever, and you're like running through that over and over again in your brain, that's unhealthy. Don't do that. But if it's like just thinking about your day, or if it's thinking about like a happy memory or something
or what
crazy.
you hope to accomplish or do, or
Yeah, or taking a vacation or
vacation,
something like
or-
that, then it's like, no, that's great. That promotes like happiness and stuff like that.
It says whether you need a new bathing suit. Future vacation to Italy, then wonder whether you need a new bathing suit, then fantasize about an old flame.
Do you daydream a lot?
Yeah, well, I daydream and then I scroll social media.
While you're daydreaming?
Well, like I'll scroll social media and it'll remind me of something and then I'll like go off into a daydream. Like I kind of categorize those things in the same place because they both are like mindless activities
Web's in the chat. What's up, Web?
where I just go someplace else and then I forget like all sense of time and space and what I should be working on and that I have a newscast in 5 minutes.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Do you ever get so off, like sidetracked in your daydream that whenever you come out of it, you're like, how did I even get there?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Do you ever trace it
start?
back?
Like, where did this whole thing start from?
That's a level of satisfaction beyond daydreaming, is being able to track it back and figure out, oh yeah, I thought about that, and then I thought about that, and then yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, the next person in the chat that says number 7, don't repeat yourself. You are going to be blocked.
She doesn't know how to do that. Go ahead, guys. Let her loose. I've got the mouse. And number 7, don't repeat yourself.
I end up frustrated after I've like spent time daydreaming because you gave me some advice once
Did I?
that I use regularly.
Okay.
I was talking about how I was procrastinating and I was supposed to be writing my story that I needed to do for the morning show.
Mm-hmm.
And you said whether you do it now or whether you do it later, you still have to do it. And
What a parent.
for
Holy
some reason,
wow.
like every time like I put off doing it and I like find something else I'd rather do instead, I'm like, shoot, I still have to write that story.
Yeah.
Like, not just because I'm doing something else doesn't mean I'm going to get away from actually doing that thing. Still needs to be done. And so I get it done as soon as possible. So then I have all the time to do whatever I want.
I have to psych myself up for the things I can do after I do that thing.
Yeah?
Like, I'll be sitting there, if I have work to do and I'm just on my phone or something procrastinating it, I'll sit there and I'll procrastinate for a long time and thinking in the back of my mind the whole time, I really need to get this work done. I really need to get this work done. But then I don't do it until I think of something that I get excited about. Like, oh my gosh, I can't do this until I get my work done. But I really want to do that. Okay, I'm going to do my work so that I can do that. And I just like hype myself up.
Sometimes I go get myself snacks because I know if I allow myself to snack while I'm working, I'll be more alert while I'm working.
I do that too until I run out of snacks.
My chips are kind of messy, like those sweet Maui onion ones that I'm eating.
Mm-hmm.
And I go to grab the mouse and I get like chip powder like on the mouse. And I think one day Nathan's going to reach down and grab this mouse and be like, what the heck is Rebecca doing?
That explains why the roller is going out.
When I worked in the studio at KMBZ, right now I'm still working from home, but when I worked in the studio and we had another employee that worked overnight, he snacked all night long while he was working.
Yeah.
And that showed up on the keyboard.
Oh.
To the point that one of the tech guys came in and saw my keyboard one day and he was like, nope, I'm getting you a new one. And he went and got me a new one and it wasn't crusty. Otherwise, I would like literally have to wipe everything down when I came in the morning. It was like everything that would be caked on your fingers, like Cheetos.
Come on. People
what
live
else
like
besides
that.
Cheetos gets caked on your
Doritos.
fingers? Cheetos,
Sweet Maui
Doritos.
onion chips.
Yeah, and even my phone, like everything had a film and the knobs on my like recording system. And
did you plug in the crusty keyboard whenever you left and just hide your clean keyboard?
That would have been a good idea, but
Just
no,
push it aside.
Went back recently. There's a new employee there that took that job. I don't think this person snacks all night, but the letters are worn off my keyboard now.
Oh, they've got like rough fingertips.
Yeah, apparently.
Yeah. Okay.
They're sanding the keyboard.
You
with
just need
their
to leave some lotion there
fingertips.
for her to use.
But
Killing
I
the
was
keyboard.
thinking, like, that was my new keyboard. Like, how did they rub the numbers off already or the letters off?
Yeah, I'm trying to remember who it was. I knew somebody who used lotion kind of a lot. Oh, you know what? You know what it was? Oh, you can just throw the dirty keyboard into the dishwasher. It'll
You
totally work
can?
afterwards.
That's not true.
You try it.
Okay.
There's a YouTube video about it. But no, so I used to work for 99.7 The Point, and whenever there was a while that I would have to go in and cover for like middays or something like that, and the morning show guy, man must have been using like 3 different lotions, and the keyboard was greasy and the mouse was greasy. It's the worst.
All that cocoa butter.
Oh, dude, and it smelled so bad. It wasn't even cocoa butter. That would have smelled at least nice. It was like you know the calming lotions that you can get. There's like one for calming, and there's one for like energy and stuff, and they're all in different colored bottles, and they all have very strong scents. You would know it if you saw it. I don't know the name of the brand. And there's all sorts of different ones. But anyway, he had one for like stress in there and one for energy, which I guess if you're in radio are the 2 things you need. You need to get rid of the stress
reduce.
and you need to increase your energy. Yeah, but it was weird. It did not. And you can't just wipe lotion off, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Because it's greasy. Lotion seeps into everything. It's like sand and rice. It just gets everywhere.
Yes.
Yeah, lotion is the sand of the liquid nation.
Before we left Hawaii and we had to drop our rental Jeep off, we had to go vacuum it out.
Mm-hmm.
Took us like a full hour to get all that sand vacuumed out.
Ugh. Yeah, it's the worst.
Stuff is bad.
Speaking of cleaning out vehicles,
Mm-hmm.
there is a YouTube channel, and I don't remember what it's called. I'm the worst. But this dude, it's an entire YouTube channel of a guy detailing cars. And we're talking like, think of the grossest minivan you've ever seen.
Is it like before and afters?
Yeah, but it shows his whole progress. Like everything, like getting stains out of seats and like pulling up the carpet and like doing a deep clean and putting it all.
This is making me really excited.
I'll see if I can find it after the podcast, because dude gets into it. I actually watched like 2 of his videos and then ordered some of the shampoo stuff that he uses on the seats, because I have stains on my seats.
Straight up drove your car here looking like it is right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I haven't actually used it yet. It's been too hot. I'm not gonna clean my car on a hot day.
Except for the last couple days, it's been nice.
Yeah. But anyway, I got that. You know, it's thought that counts.
Mm-hmm.
So that's good. I still need to clean the outside of my car as well.
You don't live on gravel roads anymore.
I know. I'm just trying to get myself to put forth the 12 quarters that it takes to clean my car. You know?
Okay.
Unless Jay West wants to clean it for free.
I bet he would.
You'd probably love that.
He would love that.
You think he'd clean
He's
the inside too?
probably out there washing it right now as we speak.
I can only hope. He was cleaning Grace's car whenever I got here.
Was he?
Yeah, he was.
He just washed it yesterday.
Well, he was scrubbing something down.
We just went off on a tangent, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
Mm-hmm.
What other topics do we have here?
Oh my gosh. So museums.
Museums.
Yeah, they're interesting to go to, right?
Love museums.
What's your favorite museum you've ever been to?
Is the Nelson Atkins museum?
Mm-hmm.
I went to that one.
And what did you like about it?
Um,
The fact that it was the only museum you can think of that you ever went to?
yeah, I like the modern art area of it, because I thought these people were probably on acid when they made that stuff,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like that's some wacky stuff.
Well, it's possible these people were on acid when they made this. It is a Titanic museum attraction.
Oh,
Mm-hmm. But
happened?
something went terribly wrong.
at the Titanic attraction?
Yeah. The iceberg wall,
No,
they say it was uncollapsible.
right?
It collapsed.
You can't collapse the uncollapsible.
Yep, the iceberg wall collapsed, injuring 3, sending them to the hospital. Their conditions are unknown.
They have to be okay. They're probably so cold.
Yeah, probably like, what's that called where you get really cold?
Frostbitten?
No.
Yeah, that's what it's called. Shivering?
I totally had it in my mind until you started playing the music.
What music? Do you hear music?
My brain just shuts off. It just can't take it. Oh my gosh.
So, the iceberg fell in this story. Crazy how things change over time, you know?
Look at the text line. Look at the text line. See if somebody's giving me a hint on what it's called.
Nope. Oh, yep. Hypothermia?
Hypothermia.
What did I say? That's what I said.
You said frostbite.
That's the same thing. You can't have frostbite without hypothermia, probably.
No, you can have hypothermia without frostbite. Anyway, hypothermia.
Hypothermia? You think they got hypothermia?
That's what they probably went to the hospital with. Jeez, my mind literally shut down. I could not think of anything. I did not know that song had that effect on me.
Well, now you know. If you ever want Rebecca to stop talking, just start playing that song. It's really good to know.
Works every time.
I'm not taking that off the hotkeys.
Okay.
That one's staying in case I ever need you to shut your mouth.
So now the attraction is closed because of the danger, but
No.
The head of the exhibit is like, it was uncollapsible. I can't believe this happened. They said it was uncollapsible.
Well, they said it was unsinkable too, but here we are.
Mm-hmm. You know what my favorite museum is that I've ever gone to?
The Smithsonian?
No, I kind of regret saying this now because it was actually really sad, but it was really cool to go there.
Auschwitz?
No, the 9/11 museum.
Oh, yeah, you cried at that one.
I haven't been to the Auschwitz one, but we have the one here right now that I would really like to go to, but it's like you have to emotionally prepare yourself before you go.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you have to prepare yourself to go have a sad day.
Yeah.
And that's a tough thing to do. But when we go to Germany, I would really like to go to the concentration camp.
I want to go, what's, said nobody ever.
I think it would be important to go there.
I'm sorry. It's just that,
like
that
it's
sentence.
It's like such a huge, like monumental thing that you learn about, that you're like, to see it in person and the impact of it. I'm not saying like it would be so much fun if we could go there. I definitely did not say that. I just said I would really like to go there.
You said if I ever go to Germany, I want to go to the concentration camps.
Yes.
You gonna go to China
not saying
next?
to have fun. No, and when I went to Hawaii, I went to Pearl Harbor, knowing that it was going to be sad, but knowing that it was like something so important that I thought I need to experience this.
You're a weirdo. I don't know. I like to enjoy my places, my time places.
I like to go places that make an impact and put things in perspective for me.
Well, that makes one of us. Ignorance is bliss, guys.
So you'll be wandering around the streets of Germany while I'm
going to be having a schnitzel.
At the concentration
Me and Macy
camp.
are going to hang out, probably go get some cotton candy, learn some fun facts about stuff while you go cry.
Okay, speaking of Macy, this really isn't speaking of Macy, but it's their family. So their son, William, keeps asking when I'm going to get there.
Aww.
And like William and I never really like had a strong connection. It was more Macy and I that had a connection.
Uh-huh.
But William and I send videos back and forth to each other where all we say is, hey, I have something I need to tell you. I've got to tell you something. And then we scream into the video. That's literally what we do back and forth to each other on a regular basis. And now he's asking, like, how long before I'm going to get there? And every time his mom says, like, it's going to be another year, then he gets really disappointed.
Do you have one of these videos from him on your phone?
Let me see. I do. This might take a minute to find because usually it's like his mom talking for a long time and then
I got you.
says something.
Need to play one of those videos on a stream. Yeah.
That's what about that. That's a crazy one. And I hope you have a good night.
Choose still. Choose.
Just 2%.
He didn't do it.
He didn't do it. Nope,
That
I
was
thought that was
lame.
going to be
Oh, that was so lame.
one, but it wasn't.
That was so lame.
Let me see.
That's what about that. So, here's Mommy. And we are eating these.
Yeah.
Chocolate
Nope, I
cereal.
don't think this one's
Chocolate
it either.
cereal.
And it turns into chocolate.
Nope.
Turns
sorry.
into chocolate. What? It turns into chocolate what?
Oh, I'm so confident
oh
I can
my
find one.
gosh, this is.
Hi, Miss Babetta. There's something I need to tell you. Ah!
That's it.
I love that he's like in the middle of chewing things in every single video. Hey, how are you? No, that was great. That was adorable.
No, I really look forward to those videos.
It's always the quiet kids you gotta watch out for, you know? That was adorable.
Yeah, I'm glad I could find that.
Yeah, now I missed them too, so thanks for that. You know what I want to do?
What?
I want to go. What's the museum that was in Night at the Museum? Was that the Smithsonian?
Yeah.
Smithsonian? Smith?
The Smithsonian.
Can we just call it the Smith for short?
No?
Okay. Well, I'm gonna go to that one overnight. I want to.
You want to see if it comes alive?
Yeah, I want to meet Owen Wilson.
I want to meet Robin Williams.
Well, he's
Can we just bring Robin Williams back?
actually, as a matter of fact, I'm glad you asked. You can't. No, you can't. That would have been great if I had something prepared, but I
Could
literally
you
have nothing.
imagine?
Robin Williams is on the other line. Hey, Robin Williams.
No.
Nope, nothing.
No.
Nothing at all. Favorite Robin Williams movie?
I would say Dead Poets Society is my favorite.
Never seen it.
Really?
Really?
Captain, My Captain?
Oh, Captain, my Captain. No,
Did you know that part?
no. I literally, that's the first time I've ever said that in my life.
Really?
Oh, Captain, my Captain. Isn't that like Shakespeare?
Yeah, because he's an English teacher, and so he's like teaching.
It's Walt
Shakespeare,
Whitman.
and that's where all of that comes from.
Oh,
Okay, but yeah, like somebody famous.
Oh, okay. Somebody famous.
Dead Poets Society is so good.
Where does he say it? I want to hear him say it. I want to see how close I was. With him.
When the kids start getting on the desk.
Oh gosh, it's pretty lively.
Okay, here we go.
Oh,
Sit down. Sit down. All of you. I want you seated. Sit down. Leave, Mr. Keating.
I can't remember when he says it, or if he already did.
this is a whole lot of.
All the kids are standing on their desks
Why are they doing that?
because he's their captain. Somebody's gonna say something.
Are you sure?
No.
There's a lot of staring going on. Come on.
A lot of tearful looks
Okay, Robin Williams is smiling. He's grinning.
with tears in his eyes.
Thank you, boys. Thank you.
Are you kidding me?
Maybe they said it at the beginning of this clip.
kidding me? He says nothing.
I said leave, Mr. Keating.
Maybe it's when the first kid stands.
You gotta believe me, it's true.
I do believe you, Tom.
Leave, Mr. Keating.
But it wasn't his fault.
Sit down, Mr. Anderson. One more outburst from you or anyone else, and you're out of this school.
Yep, nope, he doesn't say it. Whatever, that was a lame video. I don't believe you. He doesn't say it at all in the video. All right, guys. Well, great way to end the show on a disappointing note.
Sorry. I think they say it at some point in that video that you were watching. I think you just skipped around too much and we missed it.
Well,
It's
that
a
was
very moving part of the movie.
Oh, yeah. Oh, nice. I'm sure that was entertaining.
Also, after this is over, we need to go watch Dead Poets Society.
Webb says the Smithsonian is actually several buildings. Have you seen Night at the Museum? Only one building there, Webb. Okay. It's embarrassing, actually, that you would think that was multiple buildings. No, just one. Sorry. You think little Owen Wilson could have made it through multiple buildings? That was a tiny horse that he had, so probably not. Besides, one night guard for multiple buildings?
It's at night.
You think Ben Stiller was up to the task?
Not a lot going on.
Wasn't-
a lot of dead things in those buildings.
Wasn't Dick Van Dyke in that movie?
I don't know. Not that I remember.
I thought he was. I
He
don't know.
might have been.
Was he like one of the guards, right?
Maybe. Yes. I think you're right. Yes. He was like one of the day guards that knew what was about to happen to him.
Yeah, he knew. Dick Van Dyke, you evil guy. All right, anyway.
We're done.
We're done. We talked about nothing this episode, but you know, that's kind of what the podcast is
You
about.
should be able to have a better conversation now. Not you, the people listening.
Webb says you don't get out much, do you? I get out about as much as Pharaoh from the Oneida Museum does. I only get out at night. And then I party. And I hang out with the capuchin monkey.
You play video games?
Okay, whatever. I still have a good time with friends. When was the last time you hung out with friends?
Getting out in video games is not getting out.
It is too. What if, Rebecca, what if I raise the window?
Okay, we're over time.
Then I'm
No.
outside, basically.
Time's up. Time's up.
I can hear the birds
Time's up.
chirping while I'm playing games. What if I stood outside my window and played through my window? Would that be outside?
That's it, guys. I'm Nathan.
And I'm Bex. Rebecca.
Get out.
No, I like being Nathan better. Can we redo that?
Do it.
We'll see you guys on Friday. But until then, my name's Nathan.
I'm Rebecca. Yep.
Oh, and in case I don't see you, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.
Sorry, Richard. Yeah, we didn't see the thing. We were on a different
Wait, what did
page.
Richard
We need
say?
a third monitor, Rebecca.
Yeah.
That's what we need. I don't know. I missed the thing. If I could scroll down, I would, but unfortunately, I cannot. Wait, what is he on? Is he on Twitch? I bet I could open up Twitch. Oh, you know what? It'll probably not show the past messages. Never mind. Oops, I don't even know how to use Twitch. I don't even know what I'm doing. What am I doing? What am I doing? There we are. Oh, can we? Union Pacific Railroad Museum. Ah, there it is. Wow, that was really far up there. How did we miss that? Hook. Oh, yeah, Robin Williams and Hook.
That was a good one.
That's what I was going to say. I don't think I've even seen that whole movie. I realized that I haven't seen a lot of Robin Williams movies.
You should see more.
Yeah.
They're good.
Yeah, I should. Good Will Hunting.
Yes, we both determined we have seen that movie.
Yep, it's a good one. It's a good one. All right, guys. We'll see you later. Got to record the...
Let's be honest.
Let's be honest now.